I'm Simon Ditchburn. I'm the Managing Director of the Tudor Group of Companies, and you've been watching the construction of the Cube condominium on Pratumnak Hill in South Pattaya. Now, behind me here you can see that we're installing the next round of precast walls. That's on the 5th floor. But you've been watching this for months. You've been watching the concrete, you've been watching the walls go into position. So this time we're going to do something completely different. We're off to China. China, home to 1.4 billion people, probably the fastest growing economy on earth, and very fondly known as being the world's factory. And that's exactly the reason why we're going over to China. I'm going over there to source the entire ceramics, floor tiles, bathroom tiles, everything that we need, plus all of the bathroom fittings, from the sinks, the toilets, the taps, everything that's required. So we're going to take you on our journey over there. We start off at the airport, clearly. Now they're a little bit shy, they're a little bit sensitive about filming, so we'll do the best we can and take you on our journey. Our destination is a city called Weifeng. It's positioned right in the middle between Beijing and Shanghai, but you can't fly into Weifeng directly, not as an international flight. So we had to fly into Shanghai first and then take a domestic flight across into Weifeng. Shanghai boasts as being the most modern city in the world. Well, take it from me, they are really not lying. Everything that we could see on our journey from the airport to the hotel can't possibly have been more than 20 years old. You're looking here at the most modern high tower buildings with the most modern technique you could possibly imagine to put those buildings together. It's also home to the second largest tower in the world, which is the Shanghai Tower, and that is something really very impressive to go and have a look at. If you ever get the chance to go to Shanghai, take it from me, it is well worth the visit. Driving through the city centre, we couldn't believe it. These weren't motorways, they were just plain A roads. They're 5 lanes wide in both directions, and one of those lanes has been completely separated to be motorbikes and cycles. London, you need to take a lesson from this. Well, here we are, home for the next 10 days. This is the Pullman Hotel, and this was to be our base. And then on a daily basis, we would travel literally to the factories and all of the building material suppliers. What you're seeing here is a complete town that's been built as showrooms. And every one of those showrooms represents a factory that's running behind the scenes. Now, they've chosen Weifeng as the location for all of these factories and showrooms because of their natural resources. They have clay fields here, and those clay fields are quite happily mined, and then the materials go into the factory to make those tiles. And as you can see, walking around these showrooms, they weren't just showrooms, everything was laid out like an art gallery. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a fantastic display of tiles. And to see things on this sort of scale is unbelievable. And you can see from our table here, in China, you do all of your business over a cup of tea. Now, the final choice we made here, we chose our bathroom tiles, our main floor tiles, our balcony tiles, and the aim was then to return back to Pattaya, qualify everything, calculate the square meters that we required, and then we would be able to make our final order to actually get that shipping organised. Back on the road again. This time we were off to go and see a door company that made security doors, which would be the entranceway to either your house or your apartment. We were presented with doors made of copper, doors made of bronze, doors made of PVC. Again, everything was laid out like an art gallery, absolutely beautiful. Some of the designs here are fantastic. They're including glass, they're interwoven with various nettings and designs within the glass, absolutely fantastic. All of these security doors have 5-point multi-locking systems, and there is no way a burglar is going to be breaking into these. Again, fantastic. What a great choice. This security door company was really very happy to take us through the factory floor and actually show us the assembly process. They also showed us how they pack everything ready to go, because they do actually supply all the countries around the world already, so they're very experienced in what they do. Back on the road again. This time we were off to a glazing company. Another company that supplies all over the world, all the different countries, and really interesting, he was telling us about Thailand and how he visited twice a year to see the companies that he already supplies. So this company was making everything from floated glass, reflective glass, laminated glass, tempered glass, everything you can imagine. In fact, here's a quick idea of the process of laminating glass. What you can see here is a group of ladies on the factory floor that are physically sandwiching the glass together with a special type of polyurethane that runs in between those sheets of glass. This is the process of laminating, and here's the machine where it goes down to the kiln right at the very end. Well, here we are, back to reality and back to Pattaya. And what an amazing trip in China that was, absolutely fantastic. It's on a scale that I've just never seen before. I mean, take it from me, if you thought that the mega stores of B&Q, a Home Pro, was something special, we'll take that shop and turn it into an entire town. Now you're starting to talk on the structure and the type of scale that China is talking about. It is huge, it's enormous. If you want building materials, that really is the place to go. Anyway, you'll be able to follow us back again over to China in the next couple of months. Now that we've returned, we've got to check the quantity that we need, how many square meters of floor tiles, etc., etc. And then we've got to fly back over to China to actually quality control all of that and see it on the loading on the shipping container. That will go down to the shipping port, and we've actually ordered a complete door-to-door service. So that basically means it will go from the factory all the way to the construction site. It's a right the way through service from one to one. It's a great idea. Anyway, now that I've been away, you know what it's like when the cat's away, the mice will play. It's time for us to check up on the building site and see exactly what they have managed to achieve in that last 10 days. Now, when I left everybody, they were installing the precast walls on the 5th floor. So let's send in the drone and see what is the latest construction update. Well, I think you can see there from flying the drone over the top of the construction site that they have actually achieved all of the walls there. All of the precast walls for the 5th floor have now been completed and all installed. Even though the crane did break down 3 times, as they tell me, while I was away. Anyway, they've moved on now to putting the scaffolding in position to create the 6th floor moulding. So we're going to leave you now at that point, and we'll pick up again with the concrete pouring of the 6th floor. So I'll see you next time, and I'll see you very soon.